All right. So we're finally getting down to Mystery Men.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna start off
movie.
saying this was the best remake of Batman and Robin I've ever seen.
Oh, that's one of the first thing I wanted to touch on because it has a very, I guess, Batman and Robin feel to it, right? Like the flow of this
Yeah,
movie.
it well, or original Batman 1966.
No, it feels better than that. I want to say.
Oh, it feels better than that, but I mean, I'm thinking that's what they're trying to recreate.
Okay, because by
And
this
hey,
time,
and what
Batman
was
and
wrong?
Robin
What are you
came
trying to
out.
say? Something wrong was wrong with Batman 1960s.
Oh no, I'm saying the feel of this, like the visuals and everything, remind me of
It
Batman
looked,
and
yeah, it
Robin.
had visuals more like Batman and Robin, I think, but it
Yeah.
did have that little bit of the music and campiness as the Batman 66 when it starts, or not, I don't know if it's 66, Batman's 1960s. When it
Oh.
starts off, when it plays the music, and you see all the people dancing in a circle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, because of the
Yeah, see,
disco boys.
yeah, well, not the disco, that it's the first one. It starts off with that music. It sounds like Batman in the 60s.
Oh.
Because there's some villains like that, in their
Oh
little
no,
party. But yeah, but we could say that it starts off with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, the
yeah,
heart direction, because it starts off shows the city. It's humongous. It's massive,
yep.
lights everywhere, and it keeps zooming in, zooms in. Reminds me a little bit of Blade Runner with all the lights and all
A
the
little
billboards,
bit with
because a
the
lot of stuff's written in Chinese or some other
yeah,
language. It's
yeah.
got all these foreign languages mixed in with.
And very cyberpunk feel too, actually.
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
very cyberpunk feel, which is cool because all the cars are muscle cars. It's all the police cars are Chargers, 1960s Chargers.
In the you know what? They never say what
Yeah,
time period
68
this was.
Chargers. They never tell you a date because all the cars are mixed throughout the movie. They got a Corvette, an 80s Corvette
Yeah, the Corvette, yep.
or late
Uh
70s
a
Corvette.
stretch
That's the
Corvette too. They had a stretch Corvette.
Yeah, and he drove what did he drive? A Rebel.
Yeah.
That was their vehicle. Some kind
Yes.
of military vehicle that I don't think was ever really real. I think it's just made for the movie. And of course, I forgot what the Disco Boys drove.
I
Well,
did
we already
too.
know this has got to be like several decades after the disco because
Well,
even
they
the
made a
main villain.
joke about it. Yeah, like
Yeah, he goes,
disco.
he goes, yeah, he gets still alive or something like that, but it doesn't really matter because it's not.
Yeah.
But anyways, a lot of comedians in this movie. I also want
Yes.
to point out though, this is my favorite villain name. This movie contains a villain with my favorite villain name. Well, I can't say it's favorite. It's just so
The
out there.
name, yeah.
Casanova Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. It's just so. I mean, like they mentioned, like Deathman, Father Doom, Apocalypta,
Yeah, I like it because hey, why don't we
Amargismo,
get Deathman? Deathman's dead.
Deathman's Dead, Baron von Chaos.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it has a lot of names. It's got a lot of very superhero-y
Yeah, and like it was
names, and I'm not talking about.
Jeffrey's Rush first main cast role was in this movie. Did you know that?
It was just what again?
Like first main cast, like as a movie, I
Oh,
think
okay. As he was okay. Well, he's in a lot of stuff.
he's in a lot of
He's
stuff, probably not like
especially
mainstream.
yeah, because I mean a lot of stuff I see is after it's been with him. If I see a lot of stuff with him in it, it's usually after this
After
Mystery Man.
Mystery Man, yeah.
Yeah, like well, Pirates of the
Pirates of the
Caribbean would
Caribbean
be
is a big
would
one.
be one of the biggest. Yeah, Barbosa and that would be his biggest deal.
Barbosa.
I mean, he's been in a lot of other stuff, but he's in a lot of actors movies.
Hmm. True, 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 true.
And I'm not really an actors type of movie watcher because
So
usually
no,
I'm sitting there going, huh, this is boring.
you know, I don't know how you feel about this movie, right? But this movie is very
I like this.
mediocre to me. Like, I don't hate it. It's not one of my favorites, but I do enjoy it.
Well,
You know
here's
what
the
I mean?
sad thing about it. I like it and enjoy it. I'm gonna go with you on them. I'm gonna go with mediocre. I haven't made it to mediocre. Give me 10 years and I'll probably put it at mediocre.
Oh,
Because
really?
I used to watch the crap out of this movie, dude. I remember when it came out, I bought it. I didn't see it in the theater. I didn't see it in the
I
theater,
didn't see this in the theater. I
but I
bought
know
this
when it
on
came out.
DVD.
I bought it on DVD and I watched it quite a bit. I actually enjoyed it. I seemed like I enjoyed it a lot more when I was younger than I do nowadays. I think
I
it's just
I do
starting to
too.
reach its I think it's just starting to reach its age
I
finally.
think it's because like we didn't have much of a choice back then, right? Like with the
Yeah,
selection
well,
at
because
this
we didn't
time.
get all the superhero movies either.
Yeah,
Because
we didn't get that.
this movie, what I can't,
We were
I guess
grateful.
I
Let's
don't.
say that we were
Yeah, we're
grateful
great.
that we
Well,
had this.
it was a superhero movie, and it's like, what are you gonna watch? You want to watch a superhero movie? You're gonna watch Batman and Robin, or are you gonna watch this? I mean,
Yeah, this Ghost Rider, like Daredevil came out too. This is way before Spider-Man and X-Men too. We
yeah,
don't
this is
have much.
before everything.
That
Yeah,
all
this
we
is
had was
actually.
Blade at this time, right?
Yeah, well, this is pretty much making fun of a lot of the movies coming out. They're good, but they're not that good. And this is what this movie was. It was good, but it's not that good.
It feels
I think
like,
the art direction, this movie for me, even probably when I watched it, what carried it was probably the art direction more than the
oh, you
acting
know
and
what?
the
I do like it
characters.
too, and even the
And like I
uniforms they
said,
have towards the end of the
it
last
was a
battle.
superhero. Plus, it was a superhero movie, and it was funnier. I think the jokes and stuff, the references were probably funnier then when it came out
Yeah,
than they are now. A lot of this stuff is just old. You know, and then those
yeah.
actors, a lot of the actors, I like all the actors. We know all the actors. A
We
lot of the
know
actors already
all
been
the
famous
actors.
and then kind of disappeared.
Know all the actors of the six
Yeah.
superheroes
As a
here.
matter of fact, we even know some of the directors in this movie. When I'm making a joke, Michael Bay's in this movie.
Michael Bay, I can't place him.
Frat Boy. Remember when it
Oh,
shows a frat boy? Did that guy look
that's
familiar to
right.
you? He sat there and I was thinking, that looks like Michael Bay.
Was it Michael Bay? Oh,
It's
that's
Michael Bay.
funny.
It's Michael Bay. So this guy must have some
Oh,
pull.
yeah, probably back in the directing like
And there was
commercial
a lot of,
days, you know.
yeah, there was a lot of people probably kind of hidden throughout the movie.
I
I
forgot
mean,
Dane Cook was like I knew Dane Cook was in the movie
yeah,
until I
Dan
saw
Cook,
him as Waffle Man.
Waffler. Yeah,
The
with my
Waffler.
syrup of with my syrup of truth. And I'm going to I take the waffle iron and I burn them like this.
Oh,
I mean, it had a lot of comedians.
it does. Oh yeah, you're right. Michael Bay's
Well, it
evil
has a lot of people
frat
who became
boy.
famous, like William H. Macy.
Oh, William H. Oh, you know what? I feel like William H. Macy and Greg Kinnear were the most famous of this whole crew.
Now, yes, I would say
But
so.
actually, Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, but he's kind of the one that made put the movie through. But yeah, Ben Stiller is a big name in this. William H. Macy, Janine Garofalo was
Janine
a big name.
Garofalo.
I loved her, always liked her.
I always liked her too. It's because
Yeah,
her Ben Stiller's in this movie.
yeah. Well, I just know I always liked. I even liked her funny comedies. I watched some of her movies. Her stuff is good.
Yeah.
Hank Azaria,
Hank Azaria is awesome.
he's awesome. He kind of got a. I think he kind of got a, almost on the culture. What do you call it? The cancel list.
Oh, because
Which is sad. Is the thing.
the voices that he used to do for
Yeah, some of the
yeah,
voices he did because they're funny, but
not only funny,
offensive.
but then not, I don't know about offensive, but then he is able to do them. Like that's the
Yeah, he is.
stereotype, you
Yeah, well,
know.
he just made voices. He did funny voices. Plus, he was in Godzilla, which wasn't a great movie, by the way.
Oh, I forgot he was in Godzilla,
You
the
know, he
one
was
with Sean
Godzilla.
Reno, right?
That's probably yes. That's probably what put it back in the.
I saw that in the theater. We should do that one
I
day.
saw that in the theater
Yeah,
too. I went with. I'm pretty sure I saw that in theater, and that was a
wasn't
mistake.
wasn't Broderick was in that movie?
Well, you know why we all went and saw that in the theater? Because
Because
we
it's
all went and saw
Godzilla.
Independence Day. Because we went and saw Independence
Oh,
Day,
that's right.
made by the
Yeah.
guys that made
Yeah.
Independence Day. It's
And
like,
you know what? On this movie, this director only did this feature film. He didn't do anything else after
okay, I
this.
wanted to know if did he do anything else?
No, because I actually watched one of the videos. Like, I guess in the middle of it, he didn't even want to finish because sometimes that's not his thing, right? Like, hey, I
Yeah,
want to direct
yeah.
commercial, but not full length features. But he just did this. Yeah, this is the
Oh well,
only his
well.
feature debut.
Well, the
But
thing
it
is,
did bad though, in the
oh,
theater.
it did. Oh well, a lot of things that we will like do bad.
A lot of the things we
We
do
review
like
so
this
many
bad.
movies that didn't do very good at the box office, but when you have lots of movies, you're not going to do that good. I
Yeah.
mean, this wasn't like a big commercial movie. It didn't have like big name actors in it at all yet. I mean, come on, even Ben Stiller was a big huge star. Nobody was a big huge star in this really.
No, right? When did
And at the
Zoolander
time,
come out? Do you remember
yeah,
when
because it took.
Zoolander came
No,
out?
I don't remember. I don't remember the movie, but we need to do the movie too. By the way,
Was Zoolander?
yeah, but this just was not on a lot of people's radar when it came out either.
You know what? Let me take a
I know
look.
more people that liked it.
Zoolander came out after this.
I know
Yeah.
know a lot more people that saw this that liked it, but I don't know anybody that saw it at the theater and was just
You know what came out before this that Ben Stiller's probably a little famous in? There's something about Mary.
yeah. Well, that's probably what helped get this
And
movie
then he had
out.
these little roles that we seen him in, like Happy Gilmore and the Cable Guy.
Yeah, well, that's just a little bit of Rose. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
look, yeah, roles. But he directed
Yeah,
Cable
and
Guy
William H.
too.
Macy wasn't real super famous yet,
No, I guess
right?
not.
I think he
What
was.
about Greg Kinnear?
Greg Kinnear was already well known, but
Yeah, Greg
it
Kinnear
wasn't.
was well
But
known.
Greg Kinnear wasn't like a super action star or nothing. He was
And
like more of a romantic comedy type guy, I think.
yeah, Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of my favorite jokes in this movie is when the shovel is like, "But Lance wear glasses." But
Oh yeah.
Captain Amazing doesn't make.
I
How
like
does he
it.
see?
How does he see? I
And
like it
then
when he puts those. I like it when he puts those cap, or he puts those little rings
yeah, the
around his
little rings
eyes.
around his eyes. He's
Yes,
trying to figure out like, hey,
I'm just gonna ask you straight out. He goes,
okay, do you
yes,
know
we're the
Lance?
same.
Like, oh yeah, that's me.
Then he decides to make a joke. He's such a, and
Oh,
the funny thing is he is a
he's a
jerk.
jerk. Yeah,
Oh, he is
he.
a jerk.
I feel like in the boys, right? Homelander is kind of modeled after him,
You
like
know, he could be more a
because he
Homelander.
kind of looked like Greg Kinnear,
Oh yeah,
right?
because
That
he's
Anthony,
arrogant.
yeah,
Yeah, plus he's
he's
arrogant.
so arrogant, you know.
And all he cares about being a hero, and he'll even get things people hurt, killed, or do wrong just so he could be on top of the world.
And you know what? Like, I feel like the boys is kind of like Captain Amazing because he goes for advertisement and like
Yeah,
sponsorship and
I
stuff.
would say The Boys is actually the rated R version of,
Of Mystery
uh,
Man.
kind of almost beyond rated R version of
And I
Mystery
feel
Man.
like
It's more
these
Mystery Man than it is.
and Mystery Man, like their superpowers, right? It's kind of like the boys. Like a lot of people have superpowers, but it's not as amazing as the Seven. Like these are the
Yeah.
lower level mutants that X-Men doesn't need to recruit, but they kind of let you keep around just in case. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's how I feel like
yeah,
some
this
of
is
them do
just.
have powers. So like the Sphinx, he can
Oh, actually, only a few of them actually have
yeah.
powers. Yeah, the Sphinx has. We think the Sphinx has power. We don't know. The Sphinx is more like Yoda.
Yeah, but then he
He
could
just says that he
yeah,
just
yeah,
talks
I
a
guess.
lot. He
And the
goes,
Blue Raja is he actually has good aim, so he's like the cheap version of Hawkeye.
yeah,
Oh, I
he's
should
a
have
cheap
worn my
version of Hawkeye.
Avengers t-shirt for this movie.
Yeah.
And like
Why?
the bowler,
What to
she
say?
actually have telekinesis.
Well, she has power or the head that she stuck. Because I like it. They go, so you stuck your dad's head in that bowling ball? No,
Yeah,
the pro shop did it.
that was. I thought that was very funny. Did the pro
It's
shop?
pretty funny. Yeah, yeah, no, the pro shop did it for me.
Oh, I mean, like the shoveler, spleen, and I guess the invisible boy. We actually see him like turn invisible because no
Well,
one
you
can look
actually
at him.
don't see him. You don't see him turn invisible because you can't look at him when
Yeah,
he
you
turns
can't look at him
invisible.
turn
But as soon as you
invisible.
see him, he's back.
Yeah,
But yeah, some of them do have powers because the Invisible Boy used a power to do something.
to deactivate
Uh,
that door.
what's her name? Baby
Baby bowler. Well, that's
Bowler.
what the disco boys call her
What was her
because
name?
the
What was her
bowler.
name? The bowler.
Yeah, the
Anyway,
bowler.
she has with the ball. She has a magic ball. Raja could throw.
Yeah, he could throw, but he tried to do the fancy stuff, right? But like
Yeah,
he
he could
just
do that.
do that.
He
Yeah,
actually throw a fork. I can't throw a fork and make it stick in a wall. Let me tell you that.
I could do a
That's pretty
screwdriver.
good. And the spleen actually has a backstory. Remember,
Yes.
he got put on a curse was put on him by a gypsy
Yeah,
woman.
by a gypsy woman.
You will always be known as the one who dealt it.
Ah, Paul Rubin. I always forget Pee Wee Herman was in this movie.
Oh, Pee Wee Herman. I never forget Pee Wee Herman because I remember when I first saw this and Pee Wee Herman showed up in the movie. I was like, oh my God, that's like the most famous person to me back
Oh, you
then.
know what? You're right. This movie is probably Pee Wee Herman. Oh, Paul
Yeah, because I
Rubin.
was like, oh my God, it's Pee Wee Herman.
Because he's been
Yeah.
famous throughout the whole 80s, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of these other guys, I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I didn't know the last of them were Hookins guy. The
I mean,
Sphinx.
yeah, I know. I mean, I obviously knew
And Invisible Boys was before Good Burger.
yeah.
And then, like you said, Ben Stiller wasn't a no name, but then he did play a lot of minor roles where he's like a
Well, it seems
nerd
like I
guy.
know him because of stuff he was in. I knew William H. Macy of some stuff he was in. I knew
Yep.
Janine Garofalo because I've seen her in
Oh,
his
yeah,
stuff. But
comedian stuff, yeah.
I saw only a little bit of Hank Azaria, but I knew who he was. So I knew who a lot of these people were. But I mean, out of all of them, and West Studi, I know who West Studi is because he's in Last of the Mohicans
Yeah.
in Geronimo.
And those
And I like.
became before
I'm a
this,
big.
too, yeah.
Yeah, and
Early
I'm a big fan.
90s.
I'm a big fan of Last of the Mohicans.
Wasn't Hank
She say.
Azaria in that show with Helen Hunt?
Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
so I
And
knew him before this,
that's where
too.
I
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
him.
that's
Yeah,
why I knew
that's
him,
actually
too.
where I him. Yeah, because I was like, huh, too bad it's not Helen Hunt's not in this movie, but we eventually got Twister. So
Yeah. Yeah, Chief Wiggum.
yeah, see, I didn't know who Dan Cook was, so it was no big deal to me.
Well, Dane Cook was still a early comedian at this
And
time,
what is
too.
his name? Eddie Izzard. I knew who Eddie Izzard was.
I
The
know who that
comedian.
is, yeah.
Yeah, he plays one of the
The Disco Boys.
yeah he's played one of the Disco Boys. And I knew who Jeffrey Rush was, but I never really watched any of his movies.
Eddie Izzard is a woman now?
Eddie Izzard's going to be Eddie Izzard forever.
or Susie Eddie Izzard.
Oh, is it Susie? Is it? Well, they can't get up confused with the Susies. Okay,
Yeah.
the assassins.
Huh. Yeah. Like, what'd you think
Yeah.
about all the villains?
Oh well, I thought all the villains were interesting, very Batman-ish.
It is very
They each all
Batmanish,
each
right?
they were more teams. They were all teams. They weren't like all individuals.
Yeah,
They're
they were all teams. That's why I thought that was pretty cool.
little
Like
teams, but they all worked for Casanova. Yeah, they're all gangs. We should say they're not teams. They're
gangs, yeah.
gangs.
Like henchmen.
Superheroes are teams.
Yeah.
Now there
Henchmen
were.
of
I
the
wouldn't even
whatever.
say they were henchmen yet. They could have been henchmen. They're trying to be henchmen. But you know, the henchmen would be if he had henchmen. I guess it was more the Disco Boys with his henchmen.
The Disco was his henchmen. He
Were more
outsourced
his
to
henchmen. Yeah.
like the
Even though the villain
rappers,
just
the fat boys, and the disco girls, or whatever those girls. It reminded me of Austin Powers.
yeah, I don't remember what the film bots are.
Yeah, the film. It's
Yeah,
kind of like the
I like it
fembots.
the way
Yeah.
they shoot them down. Their stuff is shrinking.
Yes.
All our clothes are shrinking.
And one of my favorite girls in this movie, Claire Forlani.
Yeah, Claire Flynn.
That's one of the reasons.
Which I knew who she was because she was in Meet Joe Black.
Oh,
Was it
yep.
Meet Joe Black or
And The
whatever?
Rock. Or was
Oh
The
yeah,
Rock
she was in
after?
there. Oh, I forgot.
The
She
Rock
was
is
in the
before this.
Rock was before.
Yeah, Mystery Man. Yeah, I saw Mitchell Black. That's a pretty good movie, actually.
Yeah,
I
Meet
like
Joe
Mitchell
Black.
Black. Mystery Man.
Actually, the sad thing is I haven't seen it.
You ever meet Joe Black?
I have. I don't want
So
to meet Joe Black. To be
okay.
honest with you.
Oh, okay. So you know what it is, right?
Yes, I know what it is. I wanted to see it. I never got around to
So
seeing it.
how Brad Pitt dies in that movie is very funny because the movie is PG-13, right? But the scene that he dies is pretty graphic.
Wow, maybe I should see. I need to see this. I don't. Wow, but I need to see this.
Yeah, I saw that.
One
I
day
think,
we'll see that.
like when before DVDs came out, I saw that movie. Claire Forlani. I still that's one of the main reasons I love that name Claire. And then Resident Evil had it.
Yeah, Claire Redfield.
Yep, it's awesome.
The two Claires.
I did like a
Yeah, it did. Of course, some of them didn't even have powers though. You know, like
So what? So this is kind of hard to
Mr.
differentiate, right?
Furious. Mr. Furious.
I know it's because his anger drove him to be like stronger, like the Hulk. He's like the cheap version of the Hulk,
He is the cheapest version of the Hulk,
right?
Because I mean, yeah, even the Shoveler just tries to.
The Shoveler is kind of like
Shoveler
Thor
tries
in a
to pick
way.
him up. The Shoveler to me is Thor or Captain America
Or Captain America, yep.
because of hero, and you know he doesn't.
And
have
he's the
powers,
leader, right? Like he's
but
the
he has
leader
that
of
shovel.
Mystery
Yeah,
Man.
he eventually becomes the leader. It's hard to tell because Roy's supposed to act like he's the leader at first,
But he's not. Yeah, it
but
did
it's
like
not.
that. Yeah.
But he is the cheap version of the Hulk because remember it gets all bad and of course
Because
he
the
goes,
Shoveler gives a
remember that
speech.
time you remember that time you lifted that bus and it's
Yeah,
kind of like
well,
no kind of pushed the bus.
yeah, push the bus, and I think the bus driver only had like a pedal, you know.
Yeah, but
To
hey,
kinda
the
get
rest
it
of it was
going.
me. Yeah, I was like, what? And he just gets it, you know, especially when they attack that limo. He's just on the roof jumping around the roof.
Yeah.
The roof is on fire. He doesn't do it. He does not do anything. It's the funny thing. The funny thing is that limo, you know, it's a Corvette, which Corvettes are supposed to be fiberglass, but they did it on all the sides, so apparently
Yeah.
it's not.
Well, maybe
But anyway,
not the stretch one, but
it's funny though. Their first battle, all they do is
it's
they
key up the
tear up a
guy's
vehicle.
car. Right?
Yeah, the Blue Ranger keys that guy's car with his fork stuff. All they did was go damage somebody's vehicle. They don't even know he did anything wrong. I'm like, huh. And you just committed vandalism as your first act as superheroes.
I did like that. So I was gonna say at the party, right, the pool party, when they start to recruit, excuse me, more superheroes. Dane Coe was the one, right? But then I like the PMS Avenger. I only can work 4 days a month.
Yeah,
I hope that's not a problem.
Yeah, they had Pencil Head,
Pencilhead.
Race Crime. They had a whole bunch of people. I can't remember a lot of them.
I did like that they just make up random stuff for that scene to have. You know, I wonder how many people they shot, right? But they edited it to only show a few.
Yeah, a lot of the heroes we didn't even get to see because there was quite a few people there
At the party, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they went through a lot of people, and then they're like, hey, "Let's use the best ones."
Did like the interracial relationship. It was really rare thing of the 90s.
Oh, remember with the shovel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you, Eddie. They throw off in my pool.
Come on, like, because the only other movie I seen in the 90s, right, that show interracial is The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But like, I
remember. I
thought
don't
it
know
was
what it
like a
said.
strange thing to see. I'm like, oh, I remember the actress. I just can't remember her name. I thought that was pretty cool.
Shoveler. I
The
shovel
shoveler.
well.
I like the uniform is just basically anything that we can put together too. Cause like he
Yeah.
was wearing
Oh
his
yeah, because
sun
yeah,
space
his son's
catcher.
yeah, his catcher. He's gonna need it back for a game.
Like, well, it's kind of both hours. I bought it.
Yeah, Furious. All he wears is a little bunch of leather jackets. I got a
Yeah.
motorcycle. I got a Harley. A
Yeah.
Harley
Yeah,
compatible.
compatible.
It's like what? What does that mean?
Oh,
He's got that lady. Remember that lady? Junk it. And he got that ball. They say that ball just saved your life. It's like, oh, come on, you can't do nothing.
oh, I do like they have regular day jobs. You know, the Roy name was pretty funny. It's kind of like the Expendables. Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone's name is Barney.
Well, I know he tries to come up with a better name. Remember, she goes, "What's your name?"
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Dark.
Dirk.
Dark.
Dirk Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Phoenix.
And then
Dirk Phoenix.
okay, it's just Roy. She says, "Well, why don't you just be Roy?"
I like Hank Azaria. The whole time I thought he was really British, right? Until he was
Oh,
home.
really? Yeah,
I
he's got
forgot
that
because I
New,
forgot
what's that,
about
like a
that.
New Jersey accent or some whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember he said, "Yeah, mom." She says, "Are you on the marijuana?"
I'm just burning incense. Get out of my room. You didn't even lock. You're breaking so many rules right now.
Yeah. I like it that when she gives him the fork, she goes, "I'm saving these for your weddings," but I can see that's a long
Yeah,
ways
it's
off
already far
now.
from now. Oh, it's kind of like that joke with Henry Cavill, right? With the Warhammer. Finally, a virgin has sex.
Yeah.
It took me a while because you sent that to
Yeah, I
me.
remember I said that to you.
And
You
it
said
took me
that.
a while. You're like, wait, what? Then I pick up
It's
the
like,
joke. I'm like, I got it.
or
Cause
you could be, or you could play BattleTech and it'd be never. Joker. I
oh,
like BattleTech better. I'm just saying.
so that's one thing I gotta get off my chest. Right, is the only thing that bothered me in this whole movie that it didn't make
Only one
sense.
thing bothered you.
Like only one thing that really bothered me.
Okay.
What's Claire's name in this movie? What the
What was,
waitress?
what was her name in this movie?
Let
That
me see.
bothered you?
No, not that.
It should have been called.
Monica. So
She should have
after
been named
Roy
Claire.
talks to Monica, right? Or
Yeah.
what was she doing at the house, at Casanova's house? There was no connection where anything
Oh,
was
yes, there
made.
was. Yes, there was. Remember those boys? They've seen her twice with Furious.
Oh,
Yeah, because they come in and they saw him talking to her at
so they
one
just
scene,
grabbed her.
and then
Okay.
when he's back at the house, yeah, because he's like, "Oh, I need some leverage now." He goes, "Go find me some." It tells him to go find me some leverage from them.
Oh.
You know, because they were near the car.
Oh,
Then
that's
they
right.
about the car, and then those two guys dip around the counter, so they see where she lives
Ah,
next.
okay.
But they always see that Furious guy keeps talking to her. So
That's good. I mean, like,
plus,
okay.
that's what happens in superhero movies. They always get one of the people that you love if you're a superhero. So that's why you don't want to be a superhero because they get the connections, you know. So that's the
That's
only reason
why.
it's supposed to be. It is cheesy, yes, and it's one thing to hate, but it's the cheesiness part that they got to put in this movie because it's supposed to be a little cheesy on that. They
Okay.
always get somebody that you love, you know. That's why
No, it makes
on the
sense. Like
superheroes. That's why
Daredevil,
the
yeah.
that's why the superheroes got to
That
have the
secret
secret identity.
identity.
And he keeps telling you, "I got a secret identity to protect you." He even tells her that kind of in a way.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "I just want to know your real name." He's like, "Oh, it's Roy."
Did you know that? Like, wow. Yeah, just Roy Mr. Furious.
Furious junket.
Yeah, I totally forgot that. Like, I felt that Roy was the he's kind of like Raphael in the Turtles.
Is he?
Yeah, you would think that Raphael would be the leader. In several different comics of Teenage Mutant Ninja, Raphael is the leader, and it's not Leo.
Yeah.
Just because Leo's the oldest.
I only watch it. I only know Leonardo
Yeah,
is
because
the leader, and Donatello is the nerd.
so I think the greatest scene, right, for me, is when they accidentally killed Captain Amazing.
I know that is one of the funniest things.
That is the funniest thing to go
Yeah, 'cause
over all that
always-
stuff. Like, wait. So just make it clear. You don't
Go on.
want us to flip it twice, but we flipped it once already. I don't think you understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
don't flip it again, okay? Just flip it now. But we already flipped it once.
Yeah, they do that a lot. So that's and then of course they flipped it, and of course, no, of course, Blue Raja has to go up there and help.
Yeah.
And then,
Technically,
oops.
you flipped the switch,
I
so
like it
you.
though when they flipped it. Captain Amazing, or he's just sitting there. Oh, that's not good.
And then he just dies. I did. For the first time I was watching this, right? I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, I remember that too. I didn't think he was going to die.
Yeah, no one thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
That was great. That was so
That was
funny.
actually the best thing of the movie because it's the most unexpected thing. Because they killed the superhero for the villain.
Yeah, because he was about to have a whole presentation for his, I guess, his gangs and stuff.
Yeah, and they get down there and that guy's already dead.
That is so funny.
But you never see that. No, I mean, think about it. That doesn't happen in any superhero movie.
No, where the main guy dies. Well, except
Well,
for
he
what
wasn't
we.
the main guy, but yeah, he was
I
supposed
mean,
to be
like the main superhero dies.
He was supposed to be the main superhero, and he, of course,
It's kind of like
the
saying
villain.
Batman dies.
But the villain, yeah, because the villain probably wouldn't have killed him either. Because the villain could try to kill him for hundreds of times and never's been able to kill him. And the only way they was able to kill him now is because the superheroes got in there and killed him.
Well, the only one thing I want to say that's come closest to this where the main hero dies, right, is the Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse, where Chris Pine plays a Spider-Man, and that's the one that Kingpin kills. Then Miles becomes Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, but we didn't see that.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Did they show him get killed?
Yes. Oh, they didn't show that. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, right. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you again. Ooh. Yeah, you're right. It's yeah, we never saw him get killed on screen, but
I mean, there's
Captain
been superheroes
Amazing
get killed,
actually
but
dies.
like in a movie, you never really see the main character get killed.
It's like this wasn't a Ben Stiller movie, right? Even though Ben Stiller's in it, but that's a very Ben Stiller scene. But
Yeah,
they melted him, right? Whatever that is.
they did a little bit of everything to him.
I was like, man, this guy is dead. Like, let me check his pulse.
Yeah, he was dead.
What do you think Captain Amazing's? He's like Batman, right? Except without the mask, actually. He's like Batman.
Well, he's
with
kind
Superman.
of a Batman Superman. Yeah, he's kind of bad. He's kind of
because he's rich.
He's kind of a mixed. He's a bunch of mixed superheroes. I think. I guess because a lot of superheroes are rich. Usually in DC comic books, you also have Oliver Queen.
Okay.
The Green Arrow. He's rich.
Oh,
a lot of superheroes are rich. Iron Man, rich. All superheroes got a lot of money. Then you got a lot of poor superheroes, but he just kind of fits
There's
that deal.
There's a lot more poor superheroes than rich ones.
But usually when people make a superhero, it's usually the superhero's always rich because it's easy to be a superhero.
Because it's easier to when you're rich, yeah.
And that's the thing. Of course, him, he's Captain Amazing, but he looks exactly the same except for the glasses.
Like Lance Hunt. How does he see?
So they basically took they basically took Superman and mixed it with Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, yeah. Bruce Wayne was Clark Kent.
Because that way he doesn't have to put on a mask.
Because when he shows up to the parole hearing, remember he comes in there, and everybody knows him. He's this famous guy. And he has a sway because it goes, I was having lunch with.
Yeah, whoever.
So right there, he's kind of like the Bruce Wayne from the 1960s Batman right there. That scene.
Very Bruce Wayne on that part with Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, for that Bruce Wayne the Bruce Wayne from the 1960 Batman. Because the real Bruce Wayne's never like that.
Hey, you know what? Now I'm looking at this movie, like I'm looking on Wikipedia. A lot of them only have first names, but no, like if the character's given the first name, they're never given the last name.
Yeah,
none of them. And then some of them don't even give in the first name, like Spleen, Invisible Boy, Sphinx.
Well, you never really need that.
Actually, Casanova Frankenstein. That's not even a name. I mean, like like a first name. I mean, how about like the alter ego? He has two names, Casanova Frankenstein.
Yeah, I love that name, Casanova Frankenstein.
I know it's like it's so off the wall.
Yeah, because because Casanova's supposed to be everybody loves Casanova. He's a lover. Frankenstein's supposed to scare you away. So
so it's a very oxymoron, right?
Yeah, I love that, Casanova Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Wow. What's the lead? Oh, Audie Lang's the big red. They only had that in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Red eyes. Lead, red eyes.
He's the big red with the red eyes. We're the leader of the red eyes.
You know what? One of the things I found really interesting was the Dr. Heller. The weapon stuff. That is genius. It's not lethal, but it's still a weapon.
Yeah, with the
That's
hand tornado,
brilliant. Yeah, I forgot about the hand
the
tornado. Like
shrink,
the blame,
the ray,
the blame.
yeah, the
You
blame
right? Oh,
gun,
that
the
is
ray or whatever it
awesome.
is, the shrieking ray, because you remember he used it on the women.
The magnet thing was really good when
The
they
magnet
drove
was
it.
things good
Yeah,
where it
that
got
was
all the
pretty good
guns.
actually. It feels like this is a movie like it sucked, right? According to
Which
box
I guess
office.
you could
But
say he's Microchip.
I was gonna say that too. He is a microchip.
So
I
yeah,
thought about the same thing.
yeah, because I mean, basically they made a list of all the stuff that you see in comic books. You know, you have to have the weapon builder for the superhero.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah, like the 007, right? Like
Yeah.
Q.
Then you have the superhero whose whose parent was killed, so they got to avenge him.
Yeah. You know what? They only show of all these superheroes. They only kind of show the life of Roy, Jeffrey the Blue Raja, and William H Macy. Right? There's no backstory on a lot of them.
Well, Spring gets the backstory.
Yeah, but then you never see like the family. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
other
Oh
characters that
yeah.
with
You
that.
never see them at home. Yeah, their
Because
home life.
Ben Stiller has a love interest, and then that's the only thing. Because if he didn't have the love interest, he would be just like Spleen, Sphinx, Invisible Boy,
Yeah.
and the Bowler.
Yeah. Well, you had the main three.
Yeah, the main
You
three.
start off, and that's why you get a story. Then you have backstories for the other ones. You got their backstory. You got the bowler's backstory. Her
The
father was
father
killed.
was a
That's
hero.
what she wants. Invisible Boy, he just has a dream.
Yeah, and he's
Plus
the
she sees
youngest of them all
plus
anyway.
she sees family. Remember, he goes, "Hey, Dad, I'm going in my room with three strange
Yeah,
men."
that was so funny. The way that he just said so nonchalant.
It's no big deal. The dad just doesn't care.
He's like, oh, okay. Going to the bedroom with three strange men.
Yeah. So his question's powers really don't make sense. He goes, "How do you know you're invisible?" I can feel it.
Yeah, I can
He's like,
feel it.
"Feel
I'm like, okay.
it." Okay.
Yeah, well, he did say no one else is looking. Does it include himself though?
Yeah, I don't know, but
You know that.
anyways.
Oh,
You know, you get three starts, 2 second superheroes they just find real quick, and then
the
out of all
rookie.
the
Yeah,
then you know all the
the
additions they only
superhero that
get
nobody wants.
they get just one superhero. They actually get one powerful superhero.
The Sphinx is a powerful superhero.
Oh, they eventually get the Finks, yeah, because
Yeah,
they weren't even looking for the Finks. The Finks only showed up because he saves them.
he saved them with the because I was thinking like, well, how are you gonna beat all these guns at that scene? I'm like,
Then he's
oh,
yeah, but
that's how they introduce it.
I was thinking Bowler was one of the more powerful superheroes.
I would say the bowler is probably the most. Yeah, besides
Bowler
the
could be
shoveler, the
Bowler
stuff
could be
because
the
shovelers can do the
shoveler.
close
The
quarter
shoveler eventually,
combat.
yeah, eventually gets tough, but at first he is almost worthless too. Remember, he can't
Yeah,
really hit nothing. And
actually,
then
the
eventually,
Blue Raja, he is dead on, but like he's gotta stop
no,
doing those fancy stuff. Like, hey,
yeah, yeah, well,
technically,
come on.
you don't need to do all these showboat stuff.
Yeah, I like it that when he tells him he wants you to use a knife. I'm not the knifer.
Yeah,
Does it make any, you know, the logic behind that doesn't make any sense. He's telling him, he goes, "Hey, I'm not the knifer. I'm not the stab man." He goes, but he's thinking, of course, he's thinking, he goes, "You throw cutlery.
yes, you
A
throw
knife is
cutlery.
cutlery." Yeah, I like it when he goes, "I should have had my pie knife."
I think I just saw my notes, and then the other thing is like, why am I wearing the watermelon on my feet? I don't remember telling you to do that.
Yeah, I remember that. He goes, "Yeah, keep that on your head." Yeah, I never told you to do that.
Frank, you later, Frankenpuss. I mean, like, the fight scenes is not as good as as obviously we cinema.
We've gotten used
Yeah,
to.
we're getting used
But
to.
they were I was fine with fight scenes. You know, they weren't really trained fighters anyways. I mean, it
No,
wasn't supposed to be a full on action superhero movie. It's not even a real superhero. This is supposed to be the fake superheroes.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
is right. But then,
the next time we get a movie like this where you just get these random superheroes, be kick ass that
yeah,
I can think of.
yeah.
Unless there's,
But
I
then
mean, there may
Kick-Ass
be
is
another.
in the 2010s though. Like
Yeah.
way
I mean,
later than this.
I think there was like a low budget one called Hero or something, but I never saw that one.
Is it called Hero or is it the one with Dwight right from The Office? I
Oh,
forgot what
maybe
that
that's
movie is called.
well, they may have had some other ones, but I remember Kick Ass was the only other one where there was just lots of superheroes. Everybody's trying to be a superhero.
Yeah, but Kick-Ass is just regular people being vigilantes, but these guys actually have superpowers, like lame or not, right? But it's still some kind of power that a normal human doesn't possess, right? I do like the
That I can
city,
remember. That I
Champion
can
City.
remember. Yeah, Champion City.
Blue Raja. I'm the Blue Raja. Cheerio. I like that. His mom loved that British accent so
Yeah,
much. It's so
Jeffrey,
strange.
Jeffrey, please do that accent for me again.
All right then, mother. I guess we must be going. Oh, it's so amazing. Like a movie like this get greenlit back in the 90s. It's not even a time where superhero movies were popular.
Well,
Like before Spider-Man and X-Men.
I think people wanted some superhero movies. They wanted to do it. They just it cost too much. It was too big a risk too.
It is
This
too
movie
big of a
probably
risk,
didn't
yeah.
cost all that movie. This movie probably didn't cost that much.
It cost 68 million.
Okay.
It made less than half of that.
Oh well, it's a cult classic now, kind of.
It is a
I'd
cult
say there is.
classic,
I'd
right?
say there is. I mean, me and you, we were like, I mean, until we watched it again, we were like, well, this is the greatest ever.
It's very enjoyable.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not the greatest, but I mean, I put it on the list. I mean, when I think back of superhero movies from, the early, the late 90s.
It is based from a comic book though. Like it's called Flaming Carrot Comics.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
you
know
know
what
what
that
that
is.
is? Oh,
I know the company because I remember seeing that company name and going,
oh
what is
really?
this? Or that comic book. Maybe it was more comic book.
Huh? I never knew what these are. Like just lesser
But
superheroes.
I never had it. I mean, I just remember seeing it as like a price guide in Wizard Comics.
Wizard Comics, I know.
Our Wizard price guide, I guess I should say.
Like Image Comics, things like that. But I never heard of Flaming Carrot
Yeah,
Comics.
I heard of Flaming Carrot. I never owned anything from them.
It's probably because it was also cheap to get the IP too. To make
Probably.
a superhero, like it's not like this. Who was it that Universal? So Sony.
Universal's not
Oh,
Sony.
not Universal. What was I thinking? Revolution.
Oh, okay.
Universal. Yeah, it's Universal.
Yeah, Universal. All they got going for them is Fast and Furious.
There's gotta be more, right?
Uh, what does Universal else have? I'm sure
Uh,
we're missing something, but
Jurassic Park. What's Jurassic Park?
I think that might be Universal.
Here we go. Film series.
E.T.
The Mummy.
Well, any of the horror
Sherlock
movies,
Holmes.
yeah, any of the classic horror movies they own.
So a lot of like Steven Spielberg stuff.
Eh,
Back to the Future.
they do have Back to the Future. They do have a lot of Spielberg stuff.
Yeah, you're like the whole like Child's Play, Knight Rider. Yeah,
Yeah, not
Jurassic
right.
Park. I was right.
Okay, so they have some things.
Oh, pretty good thing. Like American Pie. I mean, like the recent stuff. Oh, they have Kung
Yeah.
Fu Panda, The Addams Family,
Oh, they got their stuff. They're
Shrek.
pretty
Yep.
good. They're just not as flashy a name as Warner Brothers or
Oh.
Disney or Sony.
So this
Matter of
compared to
fact,
Batman and Robin, this is way better.
oh yeah, this is way better. It's more fun to watch.
This is way more fun to watch. I think
Well,
it's because
the
like
problem
the
too, man,
Batman name is tainted in Batman and Robin,
yeah,
right? Like,
Batman and Robin was supposed to be. Batman and Robin was supposed to have been more of a serious movie. This was never supposed to have been a
that's
serious
not a
movie
more serious
anyway.
movie, but it feels
Yeah,
the
but
opposite.
it's more serious, more superhero like than Batman and Robin.
This is more superhero because it's about an amateur team finding their ground, and then
Yeah,
when they
I mean, it's supposed to be.
accidentally kill the.
This is supposed to be a comedy, while Batman and Robin is like, what is this? What
It
did I
was
just
supposed to be
watch?
serious, and I don't know. Yeah, it's too kiddish.
Nobody could take themselves that serious because they're like, what? Look at us.
You know, it's like funny that they never mentioned in Mystery Man how the Lance Hunt is missing, right? But then they didn't mention like, yeah, we accidentally killed Captain Amazing, not Casanova Frankenstein.
They're not going to mention that. Remember that he just kind of turned up missing. As far as anybody's concerned, Casanova Frankenstein killed him.
Oh, because yep, I
I
would
like
say
it.
the same
I
thing.
like it how Bill Roger goes, we just killed him. He goes, I'm
Weird, like
standing
you're
over
the
here.
one.
I like it
Oh
when
yeah,
I'm standing over here.
to shovel is like I was standing way over there. I was
Yeah, I know part of this.
technically you clicked the switch. Oh, you know what? The more they talk about, yeah, this movie is pretty funny. I mean, like you could tell it's low budget. I do like the art direction of this, the cyberpunk and the Blade Runner feel. I do like that. You don't know what um time period that was too. I
Yeah,
like pieces that you can't tell.
the city's pretty neat because all it is a mixed match of all different times.
Yeah, son of Pencilhead, Squeegee Man.
Because they did, they did a lot of little modeling. I think I don't know
Oh
if it's
yeah, yeah,
model or
yeah.
computer effects, because they even had the psychos. What do you call it? The insane asylum when it
Oh
kind of
yeah,
goes
they
across
do.
the
Yeah, when they
harbor
were
and over
trying
the
to
deal.
figure out like who would make a machine like these, all the people are in the insane asylum. Yeah, that's where Casanova was in the last,
Yeah,
whatever how many years.
of course he blows it up first thing out,
Yeah,
first time out.
first
He just
thing
blows
out,
the whole
blows it
planet
up.
up.
That was genius, actually. The writing is pretty good. Let me see who wrote this movie. Neil Coburn. Huh. His name is
Yep,
not even like a link to where I could see what else he's done. Probably nothing.
nothing. He just wrote it real quick. So here
Huh.
we go. I don't ever want to make another movie again.
Oh, Adventures of Pluto Nash and
Oh,
Hocus
okay.
Pocus. Huh. Interesting.
It seems like a lot of people on this movie just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this real quick and get
And
a
then
paycheck,
yeah, they. I don't. The director didn't even want to finish it, but he just.
which is sad because I think it is pretty. I mean, if you wanted to do a little bit more, it probably would have been better. Who
I mean,
knows?
come on, think about it. Like, what is that? Was this is better than Matrix Resurrection?
Yeah.
Is it
Plus,
Resurrection? Whatever the Matrix Four
oh,
is,
this
it's
is
better
like
than
thousand
Howard the Duck.
times. Yes, this beats a lot of movies, dude.
It does beat a lot of movies. I mean,
This
like
beats a lot of movies.
those three are bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, this is
Batman
not
and
even nowhere near.
Robin, Howard the
This
Duck.
beats Batman and Robin.
I don't think we'll ever come across. Feels like a challenge, but I don't think we'll ever come across as a movie as bad as Batman and Robin, unless those
Yeah, we did.
parody films don't count.
Matrix Revolutions, dude.
Yeah, I think we talked about that
I would watch. Oh, I would watch Batman and Robin. I still
over
watch
the
Batman and Robin.
Matrix. Yeah,
I make all kinds of comments and horrible comments about Batman and Robin, but I would watch Batman and Robin long before I watch a Matrix
I
Revolutions or
would
whatever.
too.
Matter of fact, I almost watched Batman and Robin before I watch a lot of other films on our list. No, I
Oh,
wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. I should say that because I need to know. But let's put it this way: I most definitely watch Batman and Robin over Matrix Revolutions any day, easily.
there's not a movie I would watch rather than Matrix or Resurrection or Matrix Four.
I would watch. What was that?
Interesting. What is
Howard
it?
the Duck. Yeah, I would watch
Oh, I
Howard
would
the
watch
Duck.
Howard the Duck before I watch Matrix Four again.
Oh yes, easily.
Yeah, I
At
think
least, I mean, as
the
weird as
worst
it
is
was, it's
Matrix
funnier.
Four, Howard
Matrix
the Duck,
Four is.
and Batman and Robin. Cause
Oh
like,
no, that's a tie with there.
oh, which one? Which one's the tie? Batman and Robin and Howard the Duck is a tie for you?
Yeah, yeah, that's a tie for me.
I think it's because I didn't watch Howard the Duck when I was young,
Okay,
and I
yeah,
would
because you
watch
don't have
Batman
that.
and Robin over, that
Actually, I may watch Batman and Robin over.
Howard the
It
Duck.
just slight. It's just
Slightly,
a
yeah.
slightly because
But
I'm sitting
hey,
there go.
slightly is still
But I
right.
bet you, but I promise you though, as soon as I'm sitting there watching Batman and Robin, I'll be like, should have just watched Howard the Duck.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Yeah,
It just.
that's the sad thing is. But the thing is, you got to think though, those movies are so bad that we remember. Man, you could even remember watching one of the. I could even remember watching one of the reviewing one of the Batman movies from Christopher Nolan.
That's very true.
Where's that there
Yeah.
thinking, huh? Because it wasn't bad.
I still remember how Howard the Duck ends. And I'm like, why do I remember this?
Yeah, yeah. I do now. The funny thing is, I couldn't remember it when I was a kid, because I remember Howard Duck being good.
Yeah.
And then when we watched it again, it's like, okay, this is not so great. But there's a lot of stuff like that you have fond memories of, like Knight Rider. Knight Rider was pretty serious when I was a kid. Then
It
when you
is.
watch it when it's older, it's like
It's kind of dumb, right? Yeah.
They didn't take this serious at all.
It's kind of like MacGyver, right?
Yeah, I had never went back and saw MacGyver, so I'm gonna say
Yeah, me neither,
MacGyver's still
actually.
okay.
I
There's a
think
lot
I
of things I never
tried
went back
to.
and really watched. Yeah, there's a lot of 80s stuff I liked I've never gone back to look at.
Yeah, me
And I probably
neither.
don't want to.
I
Maybe I'll
can't.
just leave it like it is.
I didn't. I want to say the oldest sitcom that I ever rewatched, right, was Friends.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, I never rewatched like Perfect Strangers, The Family Matters.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that we could. Like Family Matters would be hard to rewatch. I don't know if I like it or not like it. It's just it would because it's centered around a younger family. I guess it had the older
Yeah,
people
that's
in it
true
too.
too.
But
Yeah.
you watched it as a kid, Family Matters, or Full House, or any of that stuff. I mean, all the stuff people bring back. I'm like, yeah,
Perfect Stranger is one of my favorites.
Was it?
Yeah.
Perfect Strangers wasn't even my favorite when it came out originally. I
I
was
think it
like,
was because
no,
they're girlfriends, I remember.
I don't remember anything about it. I just remember Balky, and I was like, oh, this sucks.
I like watching them.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch that. I did not like that show.
Yeah. It was, yeah,
Step
TGIF.
by Step, I watched
Step by Step, I love.
because of the girls. But see,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Now you're older. It's like, yeah,
Well, now I'm older because they look like they're teenagers. Now, like, it feels kind of wrong.
yeah. But it's just you're not interested. You're not young anymore. You're not you don't
Yeah.
their problems don't matter to you anymore.
So that's what I talked about
It's not
too.
like
Like,
Urkel. It's
our
like
age
why
does
did I care?
matter. Depends on when we watch the movie at a certain
I think it
time.
has a lot to do with yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things you're just going to grow out of. It's just going to be
That
a
is
memory.
very true.
It should be kept a memory because you're going to watch it. You're going to go, their problems are not a big deal,
But then,
you
like,
know.
we also talked about movies that. So the main differences between you and I is this: like RoboCop. You didn't watch that as a kid. I watched
No,
that as a kid.
yeah,
So, but you still liked it though.
yeah. I still like RoboCop,
So these
but I
movies
like
are
it.
still
I like
aging
it more.
very well.
Yeah, I like it because of the robots, all the tech.
Yeah, I do
As far
too.
as the story went in RoboCop, the acting and some of the stuff, it's
It's
kind of
not the best.
it's old.
I
Yeah,
buy
it's kind
that
of
for $1.
yeah. I buy that for $1. Some of it's
Everybody remembers
just
that.
silly. Some of it was just silly, you know. Some of it just wasn't that. It just needed to be updated. But the problem is, we saw the updated RoboCop.
And they're trying to put much.
I couldn't say the updated RoboCop looked neat. It looked good.
It looks
It
good,
had some actors I liked, but it
but
really
they're
just
trying to
wasn't. It just
humanize it.
wasn't.
Really,
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't near. It wasn't any better than the other RoboCop.
Yeah, same
I
thing
wouldn't
with
say it was
Total
worse.
Recall. They're trying to make sense of what the bad guy's trying to do.
I liked the tech in the newer Total Recall. I
Oh,
actually
I do
like the
too.
no. I like the newer Total Recall. I don't know. It's hard to say because I kind of like the old one too.
I love the old one.
I just like I wish we could get the old one. I mean, I wish you could get like all the actors from the old one in the directing. Well, not the same director, but it looked like the new one.
Huh, I
The new
guess.
one was more futuristic. Yeah, because the old Total Recall, it looked old. It looked like watching 1960s Star Trek. Okay,
It does.
compared to the other one, because the other
Compared
one's
to,
like,
yeah, it's
wow.
more modernized, yeah, in a
Yeah, the
way.
other one, I mean, it's got that train goes to the Earth, all this other kind of stuff, all kinds of tech stuff, cameras, all the technology that's in Vision is amazing.
That should be the original top because it's the future. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and when you look on the other one, especially when they go to Mars, it's like somebody should have called Spielberg during that time period. I think
Yeah.
if I was to say something from the 90s that held up future, well, that was the 80s though, but I'd say something like Demolition Man. Demolition Man still actually holds up to me.
Oh. Oh,
I
even
would
the
say
cars, yeah, the police cars do
I
holds up
would
to
say
me.
some of the stuff is starting to look old and too like enclosed in set, but I would let it get away with a lot more than I let the original Total Recall get away with. Or
No, you're right. Demolition Man is, and it's a mid '90s movie.
yeah, it's a
Demolition Man.
very 90s
Yes,
movie
very
indeed.
'90s movie.
I mean, it's kind of a holdover for the 80s. It's kind of like you need to change a little bit, but then they bring it up a little bit. You know, it's got to kind of get that 80s feel to it too.
Wow, you're right. Like, well, none of the '80s futuristic action movies hold up, right? Like,
You know, well, I don't know. I would say the best 80s movie that I could think
oh,
of
Blade Runner.
that's well, Blade Runner,
Yeah,
yeah,
Blade
Blade Runner
Runner.
holds up. But also Predator because they're in the jungle. So you're not really seeing
Oh, you don't see
anything.
any futuristic stuff.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can watch Predator and it doesn't date itself really because they're
No,
hunting.
no,
I
you're
mean the
right.
guns and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean it looks kind of Vietnamish war looking, but still any war in a jungle in military stuff is going to look kind of like that.
Huh.
Starts off kind
That's
of
a good point.
Rambo-ish, but you got this alien from the future and they're fighting it. I mean there's nothing to you know
Yeah.
to date it really on that one.
So I was watching some of the clips from Rambo, right? Even like if you take it back to like, man, cops can't do this.
Well, oh, that's the also thing. We've gotten to where we question movies now. Instead of sitting there trying to
Yeah,
be
at
entertained,
the
we sit there and
time,
go,
yeah.
"No, this can't do this."
See,
But
I talked
in a
about
way,
that too. Why don't we put on all the movies the same rules, but we don't apply the same logic to the movies that we love because if we
no,
do
you
that,
know,
we destroy it.
yeah, that's
It's
another
so
thing.
unfair.
There's a lot of people put too much logic to a movie. I'm like, it's a movie. You're supposed to defy logic and watch it.
That see,
Because
those are the people I want to talk to.
especially in a lot of movies where the movie already defies logic, and then you're trying to put logic to a movie like superhero, like a Superman movie. He's a guy that flies, sees through walls, and you're trying to make, oh, that doesn't make sense that he bent that so easily. I'm like, what? He was flying a while
You know
ago.
how
So
movies work, right?
you,
Fantasy.
yeah, you should have had a problem with the part he's flying.
Yeah. Not bend it so easily.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
those are the people I want to talk to, right? And ask them what's their favorite movie, and then destroy it with logic, and then see how
Yeah,
they,
I
you know what I
guess.
mean?
I don't know if
I
I want to
try to do that
destroy a
on our
movie.
show and talk about Back to the Future, but it's
Try
really
to
tough
destroy it
because we
because
we
it's
love
too
that movie.
fun. Yeah, I mean, we destroy all of it. We can destroy anything. We
Oh, we
destroy
could
Iron
destroy
Man
it.
with logic. Iron Man
Oh,
seems
Iron
so
Man,
realistic,
yes.
but the problem is nothing in there really realistic at all. But it seems that way. They
It
try
seems
to
that
put
way. The
enough
computer
effort
technology, yeah.
to, they try to do it for the audience that they have at the time. I'm sure 30, 40 years from now, people will be looking
Iron
at
Man different,
Iron Man and go, "Oh yeah, this is just like
like
Superman."
Total Recall.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be like Total Recall, but I don't think so. I think
Well,
I
Iron
think
Man still
there's,
looks really good today, almost
yeah,
24 years,
I think there's a lot
24
of
years
stuff
later.
to a movie though. Yeah, it does because you got to think a lot of this stuff's already should be dated, but it doesn't. Iron Man was ahead of its time when it was made.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it depends because even like Blade Runner, because like we said, Blade Runner. If you watch the version, it depends the version you watch too of Blade Runner.
Oh. Yeah,
You
but then
know,
like all the scenes and all the
all the
scenery looks
scenes
the
look good,
same.
but
Yeah.
if you watch it, the one with where Harrison's Ford, and a lot of people, some people like that because that's what they saw first.
Mm.
Like the version where he does the voiceover.
Oh
Me,
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. That's right.
some people. I'm not really into it. It doesn't bother me as much if I know it. I know it's bothers some people. They just they're not gonna watch it, can't have it. But to me, I saw the first one I saw was with the voiceovers.
Ah, so it doesn't bother you as much.
Without the voiceovers, to me is better. Even though the voiceover does give you some context to what's going on in the movie, but without the voiceover, I still enjoy it better.
Man, I wonder.
And the thing is, and it still has a lot of dated stuff in Blade Runner,
Yeah, that's true too.
but you're still watching it. It's just it
Rachel.
looks like the future, but it's supposed to be an alternate future, and you just go ahead and accept the universe it built. I think you got to be able to accept the universe they build.
That is true too. I wonder if they could.
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't say remake, but
I would say the most successful movies is movies where they build a universe and you accept it. Star Wars.
yeah.
Everybody wants to go into the Star Wars universe.
Oh, I
I
know.
know Tron's not very popular with people, but I think they built a good universe in that one.
Tron is popular with like higher level nerds. Okay, let's
Yeah, I
just say
love
that right
Tron.
now.
But the universe is just changing in it too. They didn't stick with a real universe, but they could build a universe in it. I mean, they're going to make a third one. It hasn't come out yet, which I would think it's going to be based more on the universe.
I want to say the first time me and you and Cody went to watch Tron, right? It wasn't a packed theater, wasn't it? I don't remember it being packed.
It wasn't packed. No, it
It
wasn't packed.
wasn't, right?
Yeah, when I it was there was people there. There was quite a few people there, but it was not a
It
pack
wasn't
for
packed as Terminator
for what we're
Salvation.
used. Yeah, for what we're used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
Turner. Yeah,
The
but you could build
Watchmen
it.
was packed.
Which one?
Watchmen.
Watchmen was pretty full.
Yeah.
The most packed ones we went and saw though that I can remember, there was two. Was the Dark Knight
The
Returns.
Dark Knight, yeah.
The Dark Knight. I don't know why I keep saying Returns, but the Dark Knight.
Because
That was
Batman
so
Returns.
packed.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that was
really
so
packed.
packed. Yeah, Batman Begins was kind of full, but yeah, The Dark Knight was the
Batman
fullest
Begins,
one.
I didn't see it with you though. I went to see it with Daniel and Rachel.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't remember who. Well, I had to see it with you next time. Or I went and
The
saw it.
Dark
I
Knight
think.
we saw together. That's
Yeah,
when we
we
had
saw
that
that. Me and you,
conversation about
Cody. Yeah.
who want to be like you want to be James Bond or Bruce Wayne, and I
But
to
we were
this
also.
day,
But remember, they also had that beach ball. People were throwing a beach ball around. It was so full. We didn't saw that twice though.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. Me and you went and
Oh,
saw.
I went
Yeah,
to see the
you and Cody
IMAX.
went. We saw it at the IMAX, and then we
Yeah.
saw it at the regular
Then we
theater.
saw the regular theater. Yes.
So those and they were both packed. But the most packed that I can remember that was uncomfortably packed was when we saw Indiana Jones.
Oh, that was packed.
It
Yeah,
was
that
oh, it
was
was so packed.
so
Remember,
packed.
we got in late. We thought we were in early because we were always used to staying in line for
Yep,
movies.
standing in line.
We had
Yep.
to go sit at the very top next to two kids that sitting there going, "Who's Indiana Jones?" I was like, "Why are you here?"
I love that. You talk about that every time. I
I
love it.
know. I never felt something annoying me sitting there and two kids. The movie's called
But
Indiana Jones.
it works
The
though.
title's Indiana Jones, and they're sitting there going, "Who's Indiana
So,
Jones?"
but like it works though. That's the marketing, right? You want a more people to
Well,
see this
if
movie.
they didn't know who Indiana Jones was, the marketing's not that good because they didn't even know if Harrison Ford was
No,
Indiana
that's
Jones.
why I say the marketing was so good that it got these two kids to see. Unless they were one of those where like, well, we're here now. Let's pick a movie that's about to start. It
Oh,
could be
I
one
don't
of
know.
those.
Maybe. I bet you they thought, "Huh, all my friends are going to see it. Let's go see this."
Yeah,
That's what I felt like. Because man,
I
that
do
thing was
remember Indiana Jones
packed,
was super packed.
uncomfortably
Yeah.
packed. And I
The
was
other
thinking,
movie that I watched that was
and
packed that
plus, I
wasn't
wanted to
with you
tell us kids,
guys.
get out,
Yeah.
just get out.
Yeah, I remember packed like Passion of the Christ was packed.
Yeah, I never went and saw that one.
Titanic was packed.
Never saw that one. Hey, like I told you, I got it on DVD, and I still never watched it. I didn't even opened the DVD. I don't think. I
Oh, you
bet
still
you
have
it's
any
still
complete
it's probably.
original
I
package?
bet you it's still sealed. I bet you it's still sealed. If it is, that's because I opened it up, started to play it, and decided, no, I'm not sitting here for hours.
I want to watch the Batman or
Well,
not
I haven't
yeah,
got around to.
Interstellar.
Yeah, I saw it in Stellar.
And what's the
Been
sleeping
that
one?
quite a few times. Sleeping one.
The one about
Oh,
dreams.
Inception.
Inception. Oh
Inception.
my
Oh,
gosh.
Inception's excellent. I watched
Yeah.
the crap out of Inception too. Matter of fact,
Inception.
I saw Inception more than I saw Interstellar.
I want to say the same thing too. Yeah, I saw Inception more than because
But it
I'm
also
so
took me
interested
a
in
while. But
dreaming.
it also took me a while to watch Interstellar. I wish I would have been more in Interstellar when it first came out. I was interested, but for some reason I didn't go. I didn't. It took me a long time to see it.
Yeah, me
Then
too.
after I saw it, I was like,
This is
well,
incredible.
"Why did I see? Yeah, why did
Like
I see this? Why
like
did we go to the
movies
theater to
like
see
that, you
this?"
have to watch IMAX and with the awesome quality sound system too. You
Yeah,
know.
because I don't know why it took me so long to see it. Because I mean, it was space. I like space. It's Christopher Nolan. I like Christopher Nolan. And it
I
still
know.
took me a
Have
while
all
to
these
see it.
elements together. It has
I think I
time
was just.
travel.
I think it was just I was busy doing a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
with
that could
this
be
thing
too.
called life.
Life. We're not in
Must
our
not have been that
twenties
great.
anymore.
Yeah, I can't even remember that. It must not have been that
But no,
great.
we
So
were still in our twenties. Wait,
when
wasn't it?
Interstellar came out,
No,
we was
no,
in
we
our
were not in our
thirties. Yeah,
thirties.
we were in thirties when most of the great stuff came out.
Yeah, the good stuff is technology is starting to make sense. You
Or
know,
we say so. I mean, when we were in the '90s, Fast Furious came out. I mean, we thought that what was coming out in the '90s was great, but
Fast and
after
Furious
looking
came
back,
out
but
in the nineties. No, the 2002.
Fast and was Fast and Furious 2000? I thought it was late '90s.
I had to find. I don't. It's
Yeah,
98.
we
You
need to
might
know.
be
Just look
right.
it and see it. I
I'm
think
not
it was
looking at it
late.
right
Yeah,
now.
I think it was right before it turned.
The Fast and the
Well, you may
Furious.
be right. It
Oh,
may have been right.
2001.
Oh, it
Whew.
was 2001. Okay, right
Yeah.
then. Yeah, right before I moved to the Dallas area.
Yeah. Yep. Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, Scream was the '90s.
Scream is definitely 90s, yes.
Yeah,
That was
90 or
packed too when I went to see
oh,
that.
was it?
Oh, heck
Did you see
yeah.
it the second time around? I guess you saw it when it came later. You
I
didn't see it on
saw it.
opening, did you?
I don't think I think my sister told me it was good, so I don't think I
Okay,
saw
because
it in
that
the
was a word.
opening.
Because that was a word
Yeah.
of mouth movie.
Yeah,
Right
it's the
there.
word of mouth movie, yeah. My sister told me that was good, so I went to see it, and it was good.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Fast and Furious, I didn't see it until it was on
I
DVD.
feel like The Sixth Sense is also like a word of mouth movie. I saw it on
It had to
opening
be.
day.
It had to be too, because a lot of people didn't see that, and then I heard about it. And I
You heard
went and
about
saw
like,
it.
oh, this is good. Like
But
you don't
luckily,
want to
nobody
ruin
ruined
it.
it. Luckily, nobody
Yeah,
ruined it
that's
for
the
me.
thing, right? Before the internet,
I was told,
nobody
yeah,
ruined
I
it.
got I got it. I just know that they made a big deal of it. Yeah, because you couldn't get it. Did yeah, no one was able to tell me that because I didn't know really anybody.
Oh,
I just saw it was
see,
popular,
see
so I
now
went and
with the
saw it.
internet, right? Like that's why it's so
Yeah,
funny.
people ruin
I
like to ruin them
told you, right?
quicker than
Like
anything.
Endgame, I was willing to wait. Heather was the one that wasn't willing to wait. She wanted to see it that day because her coworkers went to see the midnight showing. They were trying
Yeah,
to talk about it, and then Heather called me in the middle of the workday, like in the morning, like we need to get tickets today. I was waiting for her to die down. Then I go to see Endgame, and she was like, "No, we need to see it today, release date." And then ever since then, like, yeah, even for Deadpool and Wolverine, I don't think we can wait because that day of, people start putting memes already. Like,
yeah.
how do you
People always
put
start.
memes to like people who don't understand what the memes are, but then they want to be first?
But there's a lot of people who want to unintentionally
Oh,
ruin a movie for you.
yeah. I feel like
There's people like they're like,
no
well, if you
one
didn't
made
see it,
memes from
it's
Mystery
okay.
Men. It's kind of like the part where, hey, Dad, I'm going
Hey,
to my bedroom with 3 strange men. A
there's
perfect Uber meme.
there was no memes yet.
I know. But feel like no, a lot of people use old movies to make memes now, and I don't see anything from Mystery Man.
Okay, well, because a lot of the people make memes don't know how to watch good movies.
Or they watch the right movies. It doesn't have to be good movie to be a meme, right?
They don't. Oh, not all the memes are that great.
Yeah.
I mean, I see so many memes. I'm like, why did you even bother?
Oh, I don't know. Well, we're up about the time, so I want to say something awesome from the catchphrase.
Try.
I do. May the fork be with us. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.